Welcome back to this episode of One Swell, and today we're going to explore who controls the ocean. Now, is this even something that's possible? Can any one corporation or person actually take charge of the ocean? Stick around and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into this and find out exactly what's going on beneath the waves. Imagine standing on the shore, staring out at the endless ocean, feeling its vastness stretch beyond the horizon. Now, what if I told you that somewhere deep beneath those waves, a silent battle is taking place? A battle not of ships, not of soldiers, but of laws, corporations, and the future of the seafloor itself. The deep ocean, mysterious, unexplored, and brimming with hidden treasures, has quietly become the next frontier of resource exploitation. But who decides what happens down there? Who owns the seafloor? And what if I told you that the fate of these waters lies in the hands of organizations you've probably never even heard of? The one that comes to mind, the International Seabed Authority, or better known as the I.S.A. Tonight, we're diving into a story of power, greed, and even responsibility. Because while the ocean may seem boundless, what happens in its depths could change our world forever. To understand who controls the deep sea, we need to talk about the I.S.A., or the International Seabed Authority. It sounds official, maybe even noble. After all, it was created in 1994 under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or the UNCLOS, with a clear, defined mission. And that mission is to regulate and oversee the use of deep sea minerals in international waters, areas that belong to no single country, but to all of humanity. The idea was simple. If the deep sea holds vast reserves of cobalt, nickel, and rare earth elements, critical materials for everything from smartphones to electric cars, then no single corporation or government should have unchecked access to them. Instead, the I.S.A. would act as a referee, ensuring that these resources were used fairly and responsibly. Here's where things start to unravel a bit. I think before going any further, we should understand why the ocean floor matters. The deep sea floor isn't just a barren wasteland of rock and mud, like some of us might think. It's an alien world of bioluminescent creatures, towering hydrothermal vents, and ecosystems unlike anything we've ever seen on land. These fragile environments have existed for millions of years, completely untouched by human hands. Hidden within these dark depths are minerals so valuable that they could spark a modern-day gold rush. And they're scattered across the ocean floor in these potato-sized nodules. Mining these resources could power the clean energy revolution, or it could cause irreversible destruction to ecosystems we barely understand. And the I.S.A., well, they're at the center of this conflict, making decisions that could either safeguard the deep or open it up to industrial plunder. So what exactly does the I.S.A. do? Well, in theory, it grants exploration licenses to countries and companies, allowing them to survey the seabed for minerals. So far, over 30 licenses have been issued, covering more than 1 million square kilometers of the ocean floor. Here's the catch. There are no official rules yet on how deep sea mining should be done. The I.S.A. has been working on regulations for years, but companies are already pushing to start operations, even without clear environmental safeguards. That means, in the absence of strong rules, the race for deep sea minerals is accelerating faster than we could even control it. Now, with everything else, there's always some kind of controversy. And in this case, the controversy comes down to who benefits. Now, here's where things get really, really complicated. The I.S.A.'s core principle is that the ocean's wealth should benefit all of humanity and not just a handful of corporations or powerful nations. But critics argue that the I.S.A. is being influenced by those same very players, governments and mining companies that see profit first and consequences second. Scientists and environmental groups are sounding the alarm. They warn that we don't fully understand the long-term impacts of deep sea mining. And once these delicate ecosystems are destroyed, they may never actually recover. And yet, the I.S.A. is being pushed to move forward faster than caution would even advise. So you might be thinking, what's the future of the I.S.A. or even deep sea mining itself? So let's see, what happens next? The I.S.A. is under immense pressure to finalize mining regulations by 2025. That's right, by this year. Some nations, like Palau and Fiji, are calling for a moratorium, or, as you might know, a global pause on deep sea mining until we have more science to guide our decisions. Others, like China and some European countries, are really eager to begin extraction as soon as possible. The coming years will determine whether the deep ocean remains one of Earth's last untouched frontiers or becomes the next industrial battleground. Now, to you, the deep sea may feel like a distant world hidden beneath miles of water, but what happens there affects all of us. It plays a crucial role in regulating the planet's climate, supporting biodiversity, and even influencing the seafood that people eat today. And if we want to protect it, now is the time to pay attention. Check out the links in the description for resources, petitions, and ways to get involved. Looking back from the future, we see the choices made in these years shaped everything. The ocean was either plundered, its mysteries lost to industry, or protected, its wonders preserved for generations to come. The I.S.A., once an obscure organization, became either the savior or the villain of the deep. Now the question lingers in your present. Which path will humanity take? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode from OneSwell. We have more stories coming, and this is because the ocean is vast. But guess what? So are the ways that we can make a difference. And always remember, together we can protect our planet and make a difference one swell at a time.